We are here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working?
Great job, brother. Just fun to meet Shelby.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Oh, I can.
All right, I got to get in on that intro. I got to be like, hiding. Can we Photoshop me in one of the windows? You know, and maybe one of the ones in the Bahamas. Maybe you can Photoshop me inside of SBF's apartment, and I'm like banging as Ben's walking, or at least like maybe I'm the cameraman for Alex. I got to get in on that. Ben, where's Ben at?
Oh, Ben.
Wait a minute, you're not TJ. Who are you?
I'm Drew. Ben's out in Kentucky checking out some property with TJ.
All right. It's not moonshine or nothing like that. They're not making whiskey stills.
They might be coming back with some birds for me though. So
okay, some fowl.
Yes.
All right, some geese,
some feathered
duck,
pheasants.
Turducken. Have you ever had turducken?
I have not, but I've heard good things.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, MHMA7. I'm gonna try to bring the fire. Thank you, CTZ, for deleting it. But you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind a little bit of pain. A little pain's good. Helps everybody. Welcome to the morning stream. This is going to be the best morning stream you've ever seen. You don't even want to know what's inside my cup, but whatever's inside there is going to got me bringing the hot takes, the hottest takes anywhere on the blockchain. Welcome. We're talking about Market Watch. We're talking about Bitcoin, Tesla, Gemini, FTX, Bored Ape Yacht Club, XRP, and some quick hits for you, and maybe even some time for some questions. Let us know. Let's get right into it. Make sure you are sub to Around the Blockchain, though. This is where we have moved ATB. If you're wondering, hey, I don't see the goofy guy with the ball cap at 5 p.m. anymore, it is because we have moved. We are now over 10K subs, 12.7. Yesterday's episode was really, really good. Really hot takes. Fire. Cowboy ended up winning it there. He is he was on one, wasn't he?
Cowboy always comes with this chaotic metaphor that ends up making sense if you really think about it 5 minutes later. But,
he leans heavily on fart metaphors.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with his diet. Maybe it's high protein. That does track. He is a cowboy, so it's a lot of beef and chili.
Yes.
And so he's just consuming nothing but legumes and meat. Yeah. So of course he's a little gassy. But you know what? He's still bringing. It's not all hot air. He also has some good takes too. Yeah. I want to share something with everybody though. There is something that we're working on that I'm a part of the promotional team, the marketing team, and that is Vumeo. If you want to go to Vumeo.io, the URL is cut off. Vumeo.io. It's a new NFT marketplace. Really, really cool video with the Claymate, with some Solana NFT, the Degen Ape Academy, also the Mutant Ape. There's a Coda flying around. But what I want to share is you can get early access to the beta. I'm going to tell you, there's going to be some good deals on the beta, just to get some listings started. We might put some really cheap floor listings out there. So if you want to get in on that, go ahead, try to claim a nickname, enter your email in for that early beta access, and make sure you're following us. I think you just have to click a thing, prove you're not a robot, and then you'll get your emails, let you know. So Vumeo.io. Sign up, go to Vumeo.io, go there right now. All right, yes. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, 39.2 thousand. 39,000 feels pretty good, but I wonder what 40,000 would feel like. I bet pretty good. Did I just see a step-by-step thing there? What NFTs are you looking at this weekend? I will buy at least 2. Those who follow my Twitter know I come through. I am going to buy 2, and it's not going to be 70-cent NFTs on Wax. Although if you show me a good Wax NFT, I might buy it. But no, probably... going to be buying some on ETH, maybe some on Cardano, maybe even some on Algorand, maybe even some on XRP. So shill me what you're trying to pump, and I'll look into it, and then I'll buy a couple here. All right, also around the blockchain, we have ATB Daily, great clips coming out there. My favorite part about ATB Daily is that we use this AI thing to make some cool graphics, and sometimes it works great. Sometimes they make Vitalik look like... Look at Charles. Look at Vitalik. This is just so hilarious. So you got to check it out. Look at Kevin O'Leary. If you want to follow for any reason, follow just for some good laughs. We just passed 3,000 followers, so make sure you go there. All right, let's get. Wait a minute. The book tour. Ben is going to be up on a book tour. It's coming up it's about a week and a half from now. If you don't have that book, what are you doing? You can make sure, hey, if you live nearby, go to one of the book tours and then make them read it, make them have to sign a copy. It's a great gift. All right.
That's right.
Let's see. Oh, I'm the, okay. Thank you, Coin25 there. I think, spreading the crypto gospel is a good thing.
That's
right.
right.
You want to say that's shilling, if you want to say educating people on blockchain is shilling, I'm going to shill till the day I die. Why? Because the bankers, the central banks, your government, they're stealing your wealth. And if me educating people, and so they can maybe avoid the biggest wealth transfer in history where the haves and the have-nots are just going to be even more powerful, sure, that's fine. Be part of that system. I'm going to be part of the system that fights that. There's Robin Hood, there's the Merry Thieves, and then there's King Nottingham or whatever. If you want to support Sheriff of Nottingham, support Sheriff of Nottingham. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. I know I'm with the Merry gang of thieves there, you have some children. I think that's okay to say. I'm not going to say their names or their ages or their weights or anything, but are you putting them onto the old cartoon movies?
Oh, so yeah. Well, we're starting with The Simpsons.
With The Simpsons. Okay, they're all infants. Wow, interesting choice there.
But The Simpsons we're going to start with. I'm not afraid to show them, I don't want to shelter them too much. You know what I mean? They have to be exposed to, I'm letting them watch Disney, even though Disney's doing what it's doing now. The old Disney's good. I liked Little Mermaid. So I'm okay. I'm okay with Disney. It's not a big deal to me.
Hey, someone lives in Nottingham. Hey, fun fact about Robin Hood. Robin Hood didn't steal from the rich and gave to the poor. He stole from the state and gave to the citizens.
See,
Robin Hood stole from the government and gave to the people because the government was too evil, too corrupt, too onerous. And we celebrate him for that. And, just something to think about there. All right, back to the book tour, though. San Francisco, L.A., Las Vegas, Phoenix, Miami, Denver, Austin, Chicago, Minneapolis, Boston, Washington, D.C., G.A., go to Atlanta, Philadelphia, and New York. And then you can check the dates there. So, yeah, if you live by, go. Definitely check it out. All right, let's talk about this crypto thing, this scam, some call it, this freedom tool, others call it. Market cap is now getting closer and closer to $1 billion. We're over 900 million, 915 million there. 24-hour volume, 50 billion, 52 billion. Bitcoin dominance above 40%, ETH dominance still below 20 at 19%. Gas, 45 Gwei. I moved some ETH, I moved some Tether. Cost me like $11. And I said, whoa, is the bull market back on? What is going on? But then I went back hours later. It was only like $1.76 or something. Maybe it was like $2.91. But I got a little excited. I was like, okay, maybe it was FTX trying to move all those altcoins. All right, Bitcoin up 5.6%, $19,148. 20K is just right around the corner. Will we get rejected? Will we go to it? It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to talk to who do we have on today? Is it
Frankie?
Oh, Frankie, you better have some things in your bullets. We're going to bring you up in a few. Ethereum 1400 here, up 2%. But the story of the day is Bitcoin taking all the dominance. So you can see the proof is in the pudding. We're above 40%. If we keep scrolling down, we have XRP, nominal gain, Cardano, nominal gain. Let's actually look at the top winners for 24 hours. The Pamp is back, folks. The Pamp is back, as to quote Ivan on Tech. Aptos up 35%. Optimism up 22%. Phantom up 15%. Mana, Sand. Look at that. We have some metaverse projects on the pump. What are your thoughts on the metaverse projects pumping?
I mean, it makes sense. They have pumpamentals. It's kind of funny to see Decentraland rising from the dead. They have a lot of built-in, kind of large, what do you call them? Media, like Walking Dead's interested. We have a lot of large companies interested. It's going to be a long-term. We're probably 5 years early, but there's a lot of money to be made because of that. So.
Yeah, someone bringing up Robinhood, I still use fun fact. Yeah, I didn't even think about Robinhood, the app, stealing from the rich, give to the poor. Kind of reminds me of the AMC and the GameStop meme stocks, where Robinhood is like, wait, whoa, not like that. Like that. No. Let's go ahead and halt freezing, freeze all trading there. So yeah. When Robinhood became like Robinhood, they're like, we're actually the sheriff. All right, let's see. Things. We keep moving. Helium up 10%. Kava, Lido, Dow, Crow Crow having a okay week here. Let's actually look at the week because that 90% for Aptos is just so juicy right there. Gala, if you're in Gala, you more than doubled your coins from a week ago. So those people that were buying in that 2-cent range, we had people on here telling you to buy. You know, I know Wendy, you know, Wendy's a little more careful. She's not going to look at you and say buy, but she's saying it's an attractive target. You know, looks like there's some upside. I'm trying to think. Joe Paris, you know, another one. Yep. Hey, that's why you got to watch around the blockchain. You know, we bring all these different perspectives. And hey, if you're following some of our trades, we never recommend, you know, just yellowing in and following trades. But if you are, hey, this week is good at least. You know, who knows what it'll be like next week. You know what? We got the good news. Let's get the yin with the yang here. Oh, wow. Look at that. Nothing's really in the red. Monero, I know somewhere, Mind Your Biz. He's not minding your biz. He's looking at Monero's price. He's wondering why is it so few Satoshis? So we don't really have too much on the way down. If we look at the top losers of the 7-day, again, it's just been such a green week. Everybody's feeling bullish. Maybe Frank's going to come in and he's going to dash your hopes, dash your dreams, rain on your parade, piss in your cornflakes. Or I'm going to open a long because he made me bullish. It's going to be one of those two things, though. All right, Frank.
Your cornflakes are safe, guys. Your cornflakes are safe. Don't worry. Jessica, shout out to Jessica in the chat. I see you. But guys, obviously getting some exciting price action on Bitcoin. And I actually want to go over a few things here because there were a couple of things that we were looking at that kind of was indicating that this move was on the way. We were talking about it on my live stream yesterday. And you guys will remember if you watch this show often and you saw the last time we were up here, you will know that when we were back down here, I guess this was, on the 11th, we were back down here and I was talking about how this was actually an exciting place to be, an exciting level of resistance to be tapping because it was knocking on the door of this massive volume gap right here. You can see you have a spike in volume here and then a massive high volume node right here with basically nothing in between. So we were talking about how if we were able to tap and crack this level of resistance, flip it to support, we could see things get pretty exciting very, very quickly because we would be entering this low volume gap and it would likely make a quick move up to the next high volume node, which if you look, we are sticking to almost perfectly. It's the level that we're tapping right now. And that level is about 19,170, 19,160. And this is a really important level that we were talking about because not only is this a massive high volume node, it is also the point of control of this previous range that we were trading in. And this is a major level that we were looking to flip. Now we actually are, pretty good news, actually holding above the value area high of the previous range, which is sitting right here. Boom. Sitting at about 18,888. So the fact that if we can maintain support above this value area low, guys, and crack our way past this point of control and flip this point of control to support, this does make room for some more upside, and we could potentially push up close to this higher volume node at between about 20,000 and 20,200. This would be the next major level of resistance I would be looking at if we do push a little bit higher. And then if you come down and take a look at some of the indicators, you can see here on our 2 and 3 hour, 2 hour is printing a green dot here. And that 3 hour is starting to roll up with that VWAP, looking to print a green dot there as well. And not only that, you also have the VWAP on your 4 hour, now slightly getting rejected as we are hitting an important level of resistance. But it does look like if this 2 hour green dot does give us a push to the upside, I would be cautious of a quick move up. And the reason that is because if we crack this high volume node and I would say if we could crack about 19.5, 19.6, we could shoot up through this gap and hit this next high volume node at about 20,700. This is a major level that I'm watching. This is the level I've been putting in the Discords. If we crack this next level and we're able to hold above that value area low and this point of control sitting at about $19,160, that it does open up the door for to make a move up to about 20.7K. So things do look like we could potentially get another push up. The scalp shorts are not really giving us too much juice. Was able to catch a few little scalp shorts, and basically how I treat those guys is, when you come up to a level of resistance, if you're getting some bearish confirmations, you could jump into that scalp trade, treat it as a scalp, lock in profits early, move your stop loss into profit, and then if it actually winds up dropping more, you could wind up hitting that grand slam. But if you get, stopped out, you'll at least get stopped out in a little bit of profit rather than losing money. So just for anybody out there that's interested in trading or learning technical analysis, the one thing that I would tell you guys is please learn about volume profiles, because I talked about this on my stream last night. It's unbelievably powerful. It's why we were able to, get on this stream and talk about why this level of resistance at about 17.3, 17.4 was so important, and why we were able to expect a fast move up if we crack that level. And it all has to do with the volume gaps. And you can see here, typically with price action, guys, if you get a really fast move down, it is likely that you will create one of these volume gaps and you can expect a quick move up. So even if you weren't looking at the volume, you could actually just look at the price action and look for these quick moves down where these gaps might be. But with a tool like the visible range volume profile, it makes it very, very easy. You can see that last little spike was right here between 17.3 and 17.4. As soon as we crack that 17.4, if we come down to a lower time frame, and there were a ton of signals letting us know that it was going to pop that level. We did have somewhat of bullish consolidation on even lower time frames here. You crack that level and then boom, you're absolutely off to the races, flying through those low volume gaps and coming right up to that next target, which is the other thing I like about the volume profiles is that it's easily, you can visualize it very, very easily. You could see, even if I hide our TA here, you could see that massive high volume node is likely something that you're going to bump your head on. And then that little peak was the last thing before this massive gap. So if you're learning how to trade or you want to, learn about TA, I highly, highly recommend learning the volume profile. It's something that I wish I knew way before I actually learned about it. It would have saved me a ton of money, would have saved me a ton of time. But on top of that, guys, if we do get that move up, those are the levels that I'm watching to the upside. And then if we go ahead and come over to the monthly, this is actually a pretty bullish sign, guys. We actually do have, now this is, I think, on regular candles, it's been popping up. We do have a monthly green dot popping up, which is extremely, extremely rare. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of seeing this thinking that this is 100% marking the bottom of the bear market. This doesn't necessarily mark the absolute bottom of the bear market, but something to take into consideration is the last 3 times that we've ever gotten these on the monthly chart, we've only gotten, I believe, we can come to the BLX, we've only gotten 3 monthly green dots prior to this one, and each one of those green dots did pop up after the bottom was in.
Is that confirmed?
No, it is printing. So you would want to wait for this.
How many days left?
That is a very good point, because you do want to wait for this to confirm. This could disappear. It is actually flashing, so it's coming up, it's disappearing, popping back up.
Okay, but it's like my dad.
Yeah, he never did bring the milk back. But you can see here it does confirm in about 18 days. So once that confirms, that will be a mega, mega bullish signal, in my opinion. But again, you want to be careful. You have to understand that we are in completely different macroeconomic times than any other bear market. But you don't want to, you want to take it into account, just like the weekly bullish divergence. I know we came up on this stream and we were looking at this weekly bull div saying, hey, very unlikely that this doesn't give us a big move to the upside. And you guys can see that right here. This is still very much in play. Never gotten validated. You have your lower lows on your price action with your higher lows and your green dot confirmed on the weekly. Never got invalidated, but it takes time to play out. I think it took like 4 weeks or more to actually give us this big pop to the upside. So you want to be careful about them, because we're in a bear market. This could have easily gotten invalidated, but you want to take them pretty seriously, because it is very likely that they play out, and we are starting to see that play out. I know everybody thought I was crazy because I'm saying weekly bull div, and everyone's like, hey, Frankie, what about that weekly bull div? Really playing out there, huh? And then sometimes you just got to wait for them to play out. It does take a lot of time on these higher time frames. So a lot of decently bullish signals here. We do have that FOMC meeting at the end of the month. So maybe we continue to pump into that. Either way, I do think that meeting will be the next real big catalyst, whether that's going to, we're going to get good news out of that and it's going to absolutely send us off into a serious bear market rally, or we're going to rally into it and then it's just going to get absolutely stepped on and we're going to get sent back down to the bottom of the range and potentially lower lows. But we'll have to see. We'll have to check out and reanalyze the charts when we get there. But there you go, guys. Watch for that second push up. But also be very careful because we have come up very, very high. Nothing goes up in the straight line. Some kind of cool off will be likely at some point. That's all I got. Back to Easy. Bing, bong.
All right. Yes, Lucas, we talked about it on the basement. Can't talk about it here. Too small a cap. Hey, I want to share something, Frank. I got into candles recently. Me and the wifey, she's got me convinced that candles are cool. So shout out to Kat. I got candles all over the place. Every time I light them, I think of you. So I want to give you a shout out there. So I am now officially in the candle mafia times 2. Yeah, I'm double squared. I'm squared. And she also got me in liking dogs. Who am I? I don't even know who this person is. Her name's Kat, ironically. It's weird. I don't know. Let's move on here. All right, let's talk a little Bitcoin. But first, what do you think about that monthly green dot? If that validates, man, that is huge.
Dude, I've been buying this. I've been raking the floor. I felt like 17 in the 17 range is the bottom, and I've been buying everything I could.
Yeah, and I started my DCAing in, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago at this point. So, I'm not trying to catch the exact bottom. I just know I have this range of buying, potentially 12 months, maybe 6 months, depends on how things rip. And, maybe I'll slow down. If Bitcoin's double the price it is maybe too soon, I would slow down on DCAing. But if it's double the price it is, and we're a full 15 months later, I would be okay DCAing then. So a lot of it, you just got to look at those daily candles. DC, are they red and green candles? Yeah, they're like ones that smell all nice and stuff. I mean, Drew, are you a candle person?
I am. I
Okay.
like candles. I do. I'm bullish on not the candle company, the Yankee Candle Company.
Yeah.
That's just chaos.
See,
Wouldn't
you're
work.
prepper crypto. I figured you like burn the flags of like authoritarian regimes or like old American flags from
No.
this is the flag of 1784 and it stands for this. Okay,
Candles, man. I don't know. The lights might not always work, so it's good to know how to make your own candles just in case you're working that candle
Funny,
light.
I'll say 2 months waiting for the bottom. Well, I mean, you don't know when the bottom is. It's just, when things are super low. Of course, I never thought we were going to go below 29 at one point. I thought 28, 29, we're just going to bounce off that. Everything gets invalidated. You got to get new information. You got to pivot, and then you got to adapt. That's
right.
the only way you're going to make it in crypto. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin here. Bitcoin skyrockets to 9-week high. 9-week high as crypto market cap now above 900 billion. Also, most altcoins are in the green as well. Even Solana's jumping and Lido nearing $2 once again. You can just see here, you see that nice little pump. We haven't had action like this in a long time. Similar to Bitcoin, most of them are also up. ETH has jumped above 1,400 once again. We have added $30 billion in the last 24 hours. And this is the first time we've seen above 900 billion in months. Look at that. I mean, the only thing down, we have XMR, Toncoin. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Monero, of course. All right, so let's move on. Yeah, things are good, looking good. People are feeling bullish. All right, Tesla turns the table on Bitcoin as 23 gains outpace the Bitcoin price comeback. It is a game of cat and mouse for price and Tesla stock this month, but so far, Tesla staging a stronger rebound. Also, one of the few stocks I'm DCAing into is Tesla. Despite this, Elon Musk making history with his personal wealth losses, Tesla has so far recovered by almost 25% since January 6th. Let's see here. I wish we could zoom out a little just so we could get a better idea of that price action.
Yeah.
At one point, that would be, way off the screen, way up into the left there. And, now it has been battered down. Local highs of 19,000 on Bitstamp for Bitcoin marked a new year-to-date returns of 16.8%, a refreshing change for hodlers, but behind Tesla in terms of lows to highs as of January 12th. Here we're looking at Bitcoin USD versus Tesla USD 1 week candle chart. I'm trying to see which is which here. Okay, so the green line looks like, or not the green line, but the candles here, that is Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
And then, the orange line is Tesla. They should have made the orange line Bitcoin. They're trying to
That's so
confuse
true.
me here. All right, so you can see a little bit more of a drawdown right here. This looks like this is percentage of USD value. This is break even. Now down 45%, Bitcoin down 60%, however. But still, I don't mind buying Tesla once it's down, cut in half here. This month, ARK Invest, asset management famous for its bullish stance on Bitcoin, also added Tesla to its holdings. So we got people turning bullish. Kathy Woods, she's behind ARK Investments. Weird, I didn't even know this is the next article. I was going to talk about her for a second. She was the darling of investing 2 years ago. Then she quickly turned into the villain, 6 months ago, 7 months ago. But with her being so heavily into volatile assets, she's going to have bigger wins and she's going to have bigger losses. Yeah. And I think over time, though, the wins are going to outweigh the losses. What are your thoughts on that?
I think you're dead on with that. She bought near the top on Bitcoin, right? Was that?
Well, she was buying at the top. She was buying the low, but then she just never stopped buying.
Yeah. And I didn't, but a lot of people were buying Bitcoin all the way up 40 to 60K. She's got more of a long-term outlook, and they play bigger game than we do on the middle class.
I'm shaking my head, but I'm pretty sure I bought some like $42,000 Bitcoin after pullbacks from 50. I'm pretty sure, but that was me. I think I was supposed to speculate and sell, and didn't really sell too much there. All right, Kathy Wood sees wall of worry ignoring blockchain tech, digital wallets, and ChatGPT. CEO Kathy Wood said equity markets plagued by a wall of worry have largely ignored game-changing innovation last year that included blockchain tech and digital wallets, in addition to the AI ChatGPT bot developed by OpenAI, which was just recently purchased by Microsoft, $20 billion. She also noted growth in the use of digital wallets and said they've overtaken cash as the top transaction method for offline commerce. That is true and not true. My take on anytime you see, at least for the next few years, Bitcoin or crypto transactions are exceeding fiat transactions, take that with a grain of salt, because you're going to have these weird arbitrage things that are really just pumping money back and forth. And you're going to counter and say, hey, what about the Forex market? You see the same thing, but you don't see it at that large of a scale because you have closed loop systems. You have the whole thing with JP Morgan and I think maybe even Morgan Stanley with their blockchain solutions where they're trading things in the background. So just be careful when you see that metric of crypto's overtaken fiat or, Bitcoin passes Visa. It's just a lot easier to game. Visa isn't buying and selling an ocean liner, 47 times per second to make some arbitrage with this Japanese exchange. But that does happen with Bitcoin. Then you look at Bitcoin volume, you're like, oh my God, $5 billion in Bitcoin volume for that 5-minute candle. It's not real in the sense of, person A trading with person B for goods that are exchanged.
Yeah.
All right. SEC, Gemini, Genesis, blended deposits ran afoul of securities laws. And these idiots didn't even blend the deposits with my bank account. How dare they? Mark Genesis and Gemini down. I thought that was someone's name for a second. I was like, is that the founder? Mark Genesis and Gemini down as the latest crypto companies accused and charged by the SEC of improperly handling customer funds shuffled between the two firms. Much of the regulators' complaint is centered around allegations that both companies caused significant damage to retail customers. With Genesis otherwise engaged in crypto asset transactions with large institutional and other accredited investors, social media pushes undertaken by Genesis and Gemini fueled the exposure and amplified the pitfalls, the SEC said. So maybe they're putting out a little bit of a too bullish narrative, knowing behind the scenes it wasn't all roses. The arrangement in SEC's estimation boils down to earned customers coughing up crypto to Genesis, with Gemini purportedly stepping in as an issuing agent. Gemini received, pulled, deployed, and paid interest on investors' assets, the regulator said. Gemini allegedly raked in about, not too much in this industry, $2.7 million in fees accordingly. Here, the SEC says the main investment play in question, Gemini Earn, which was the yield earning protocol where you have your Ethereum on that wallet, doesn't do anything, but then you put it in the Gemini Earn, that's when you're going to get, that couple percentage points there, constituted an offer and sale of securities under U.S. law and should have been registered with the regulator. So we got them, once again, trying to use enforcement through judicial tactics instead of, legislative or just providing clarity to these people. Like we had the BC Vault guy on, and he's like, I want clarity. They don't tell us what to do. And it must be very frustrating for these crypto regulators. I mean, for these crypto exchange operators.
It is. I saw a note. Well, kind of a highlight in this Gemini SEC deal that SEC is able to go after them because they were promissory notes exposing them to the crypto assets. So it's the promissory notes that the SEC is able to go to, not necessarily the crypto yet, but we'll see.
Space Oddity kind of put it well. Gemini's so lazy, they couldn't even run their own earn program. Yeah, it's just too many people kind of chase that what they know in their heart probably is, maybe a little risky. Right. Oh, 7% risk-free. They know it was risky. They knew it wasn't risk-free. And, love them or hate them, Richard Hart, to me, said it best. You don't play on railroad tracks to pick up pennies.
Absolutely.
And so you just want to be careful. I got $20,000 in this crypto asset. Let me just go ahead and give all of it to somebody. So at the end of the year, in the best case scenario, let's just say, 5%. That's pretty safe. 5% of that is going to be $1,000. Yeah. So you end up risking 20,000, for the end up what being a small amount. All right. Winklevoss slams SEC charges against Gemini as super lame. Hella lame. And it's so sus, super sus, and manufactured parking ticket. Tyler hit back at charging Gemini, calling the action totally counterproductive and kind of lame in a series of tweets here. In a series of tweets on the 12th, he shared his disappointment about the charges from the SEC program, claiming the regulator was optimizing for political points. Wait a minute. That's not the Gary Gensler I know. Here's his tweet here. Disappointing they chose to file an action today as Gemini and other creditors are working hard together to recover funds. This action does nothing to further our efforts and help the users get their assets back. This behavior is totally counterproductive. Earn program was regulated, and there we go, accidentally clicked on it, by the New York DFS. And we've been in discussions with the SEC about this program for more than 17 months.
Wow.
They never raised the prospect of any enforcement action until after Genesis paused withdrawals on the 16th. I'll say this. I mean, for them, that's kind of a nonsense statement by Tyler. It's like, how dare they discuss enforcement, after we froze withdrawals or after they froze withdrawals? Well, yeah, I mean, once withdrawals are frozen, more things are going to be put on the table. And so for him to say, well, you never said enforcement until we didn't give people their money back. Right. Well, gee, I wonder why, Tyler. I wonder why. Maybe it's because you didn't let people pull their money back. Hey, I did go to the Gemini party, Bitcoin last year, Bitcoin 22. They throw a heck of a shindig. I'll say that. They throw a heck of a shindig. Is that where the money went? Oh, my God.
I
did have
Bitcoin
one
minimum?
vodka soda.
You had
and
one
so for any
vodka soda?
Earn customer out there, you see me at the next crypto conference, come up to me and say, hey, I lost my money to Earn. You spent some of my money. I'll buy you a Gatorade. I'll buy you a beverage, whatever of your choice there. Now like Louis the 13th.
2 drink minimum.
Yeah. Well, wait, slow down. Hold on. Hey. I can't be saucy on stage. You know what I mean? They always make me host a show at 5 p.m. when I'm at these conferences. I'm like, my feet hurt, my knees hurt, my calves hurt, my toes hurt, my back hurts, I'm tired, I'm sunburnt, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry. And it's like, all right, go on stage at 5 p.m. and go talk in front of 1,000 people. I'm like, yeah, hey, welcome everybody. I'll do it. I'm here. I'm your little guy. I'm the guy with the monkey on his hat. I'm not the monkey that'll dance for you, but I got one on my hat, so it's close enough. Everybody all right, look, it's a bite. It's a bite. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a bite.
You were attacked by a werewolf.
It's a human.
In the Georgia
it doesn't
woods.
matter. Some mammal. A mammal bit me. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm out here in the forest fighting off foxes and bears and lions. Okay, why? Because I'm hiding my ledger wallet in the woods, and that happened. Okay, it was just an eagle came at me. I think it was Charles falconing it. I don't know what happened, but look, I got bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Things happen.
Cat bite.
Unbelievable.
That was clever. All right, SEC crackdown on Gemini, late to the game. Congressman Tom Emmer, once again late to the game, arguing that the after-the-fact enforcement actions against Gemini and its earned product aren't in users' best interests. I mean, he is definitely correct there. Went on to say it protects no one and that their approach of political regulation through enforcement hurts everyday Americans. In a statement, Gensler said the set of changes looks to make clear to the marketplace and investing public that crypto lending platforms and other intermediaries need to comply with the time-tested securities laws. Yeah, tested for orange groves 90 years ago, but these are time-tested principles, okay? Yeah. For things that are in, Grapes of Wrath novel, but it's still time-tested, all right? That's the important thing there. But I will say, Tom Emmer, he is one of the people fighting for the people. Do you have any opinion on Tom Emmer? You're a little more politically, present than I am when it comes to these individual members of Congress.
Dude, I'm stoked on Tom Emmer. I'm majorly stoked on Tom Emmer, and I think that
another good one.
Yeah,
that was another good one. Roll. That was a good one. Roll.
Yeah, there's some missing parts of Gensler's schedule that I'm hoping that Emmer holds on to and kind of goes after, because the transparency side of Gensler's meetings with FTX hasn't fully come out, and he's really pulling and pulling at those strings. He's going to be able to find some things out. So he's one of the ones that I have faith in. So
yeah, there's a few, still working for their constituents. I know it's such a crazy thing to think about, but yeah, there's still some people in there. They're fighting for the people, and so we love it. DZ Fosheezy, thank you, Radio Face. That's right, I will be here 5 p.m. All right, but I won't be here next Friday. I might take next Friday off. Go visit Wilmington. I saw some Wilmington peeps in the chat. I see you guys pop up every now and then. So shout out to the Wilmington crew. I'm going to be out in North Carolina. Maybe I'll put out a little something on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. You can come. We'll meet up downtown Wilmington. Maybe. Hey, we'll do a little. Hey, if you got a junkie, again, I'll buy you a beverage.
Junkie meetup.
Junkie, maybe. All right. FTX allowed by bankruptcy judge to sell LedgerX and other assets. Bum. LedgerX, the stock clearing platform Embed, and its regional arms FTX Japan and FTX Europe. Delaware Bankruptcy Court has approved the sale of these 4 key units of FTX. Just name them there: Embed, LedgerX, Japan, and Europe. Let's see here. The embattled crypto exchange has reportedly recovered about $5 billion in cash and crypto, according to the FTX lawyer Andy Diderick. The FTX attorney said that while the exchange has recovered some funds, the platform is still in the process of working to rebuild its transaction history. In addition, the customer shortfall's total amount remains unclear. Rebuild the transaction history. It's almost, if only there's this way for technology to have this immutable ledger of our transactions, that would just solve that issue entirely.
It's really weird.
We kid. The issue is there are going to be some things that aren't on the blockchain. Robinhood sale purchase, for instance, this real estate stuff. So we're joking here, but it looks like they're maybe trying to hide some of the other non-crypto transactions. And, if I had to guess, probably some of the crypto transactions as well. I've heard a lot of things about the FTX guy. Kobe was tweeting about it, how inept they were at interacting with Ethereum blockchain. Apparently, they had to close some Aave account that they could have easily collateralized and closed, and they're spending more in gas than to retrieve the tokens themselves, and just pretty funny. Maybe some articles pop up on that. We'll have some good jokes at their expense here.
Sad.
Hiding more under the sweater. Come on now. No, maybe, I don't know. Late night. No, rocking. I don't. Well, one, no. Like I said, you don't know what's in the cup. You don't know what's in the cup. It's right. It's water with bubbles. There's nothing. Are you scared of bubbles?
Me scared of bubbles?
Yeah. Do you are you a flat guy?
No.
Tap.
I only drink sparkling water. That's the only thing I'll touch. Absolutely not. Oh, and then, I've filtered water, heavily filtered water.
Same for Big D.
Yep.
Same for me here.
Yep.
All right. Reveal secret signatures on SBF's $250 million bond. Media lawyers. Of course, they're referring to the 2 unknown individuals who signed the bond. And people are saying this is of important public interest, says media lawyers. We're calling for the release of these 2 names. 4 people were required to co-sign the bond, including 1 person external to the family. 2 signatures made by his parents, but the identities of these other 2 people have not been disclosed. It does say including 1 person external to the family, so maybe that's suggesting 1 person is internal to the family. I would guess his brother. I don't know. Obvious speculation. I don't know his family tree like that, but I would guess his brother. His brother was the recipient of $100 million for COVID funding or pandemic response planning.
Yep.
Or next pandemic planning is kind of what I like to think it is.
They'll probably tell us when they release the Epstein books. It's no big deal.
Hey. Ghislaine, she was arrested for trafficking humans to nobody.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one else involved, so it's fine.
no one else involved. None to look there. Don't look into who her father is either. The disgraced crypto mogul has relied on a prior case. I swear to God, I didn't know they were going to say that, against Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted sex offender, as she was allowed to redact information on her bail guarantors due to privacy and safety concerns.
I didn't know that.
I understand both sides of the argument here. Of course there is. Do you think that there's safety concerns if these two names are released?
I mean, if the names are released, they're in the public. Like, let them be in public of what they're doing. Like, what, mayay create a society
so
where
Drew refuses to answer the question. You guys heard it here.
Maybe
first.
they should make a society
to answer the question.
that's not so upheaval about the elected leaders gaslighting them and making them non-essential. Maybe they should have done that instead. But.
I'll say this, though, just to play both sides of the argument. I'm just trying to, steel man both sides here. If you can afford a $250 million bond, you could probably afford to go hide in the woods somewhere. Not hide in the woods, but you know what I mean? Like, go get your little cabin by the lake and just hang out, or go to the Bahamas, or, hang out on your yacht or whatever you're doing. I'm sure there's options for the type of people that can afford a $250 million bond. I do think it's in the public's interest to know who these two people are. But I can also agree that it could be a safety concern for those two individuals. So I understand both sides, and that's where I would say I'm not a lawyer. Just leave it to the people who, spend a lot of money and waste 8 years of their life learning about these things. No. Although I do like some lawyers. It's not all lawyers are bad. The lawyers that are good are the ones who quit practicing law.
It's so true. They're long gone.
Yeah. I love David Sachs, for instance. He's probably my favorite bestie on the All In. He's a former lawyer. All right. Bored Ape Collections pump ahead of upcoming Sewer Pass NFT mint. I'm super excited about this. I got a pass because I have a mutant. Upcoming mint is free to holders of Bored Apes or Mutant Apes, pushing both collections to the top spot of OpenSea. Let's see here. Also, the Bored Ape Kennel collection is going to be, recipient of some of this boosted volume. They've jumped to the top spots on OpenSea following the announcements of upcoming free mint for the Bored Ape NFT holders. There's going to be 4 levels. It's a game called, all right, buckle up. It's called Dookie Dash. All right, it's called Dookie Dash. All right, you could make your joke about Taco Bell, make your joke, DZ's lactose intolerant. That's him every time he has a milkshake. Sure, it's called Dookie Dash, though. It can be played an infinite number of times by the Sewer Pass holders until gameplay ends on the 15th, meaning the Sewer Pass holders are be able to be traded on the secondary market, allowing those outside of the Bored Ape ecosystem to participate. I'll give you guys some extra alpha here. There's 4 levels. I am going to be privy to the worst, crappiest level. The crappiest level is if you just have a mutant ape. The next level up, if you have a mutant ape plus the kennel. The next level is if you have only a Bored Ape. And then the tippy top tier, you have a Bored Ape plus a kennel companion. And so I'm on the bottom. I'm on the bottom of the totem pole. I'm at the bottom of the Dookie Dash. All right, you've seen Human Centipede. I'm the last guy. It's not great. Or I'm the, oh God, it's terrible. It's terrible. And I'm just walking out. I just need to get wiped. But that's okay, because I still think there's going to be something here. I think that they are going to also, this isn't financial advice. There is a utility associated with ApeCoin. I think the ape pump maybe has already happened. I'm not the guy to say go try to FOMO this, but you'll be able to buy power-ups with 2 ape. And it's like, normal video game power-up, like double XP for 15 minutes, those type of things. So I expect a lot of the whales to look at ape's price, $5, 2 coins, $10. I get to maybe get a NFT that's potentially worth $1,000 more. Yeah. I think people are going to be doing that math. I could see a lot of ape being spent, but be careful, because a lot of these people are giant whales. I received 2,000 ape. If I were to use 100 ape in a video game, it's not affecting my balance. And so I'm not going to be out there market buying. So I'm not going to say it's going to lead to market buying pressure, but I do think it's kind of cool that they're doing some with ApeCoin. I think the pump's already happened, though. Probably people smart, did the math and said, you know what, ape is actually, I think the first ape pump came from speculation. Yeah, probably going to have an ApeCoin component. It pumped, got released that there was an ApeCoin component. Did some people have some inside info? I don't know. Probably. Did they act on that info? I don't know. Maybe. Greed is real, but the pump might have already happened. So just be careful trying to FOMO in. In fact, maybe even shorted. I don't know. Look at TA. I'm not the guy. Go ask Frankie and his later.
Bang Frankie's door down. Get the sauce on ape.
All right. A lot of people, strong opinions on David Sachs. Let me know. Do you like David Sachs? Do you like All In? Do you hate Chamath? Do you like Chamath? Do you like Jason? Shout out. I do like Jason, and Friedberg's also cool. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about some NFT here. You can now buy these NFTs for less than $25 to get that Zoom call with Donald Trump. The limited edition NFTs that offer a group Zoom call have traded for less than $25 over the last few days. Is that deflation? Real? I thought the floor was still up. I actually am going to. I'm just going to look. Let's actually look it up. This is breaking news. This is live TV, folks. Live TV. All right. Oh my God, that's almost risque there. Let's see. I think it's just Trump collection, right?
It's family friendly.
Trump digital trading cards. They launch for $100 fiat. What are they talking about? It's up. It said some traded for $25. It's fake news. Fake news. It's fake up 2.5x.
Trump
yeah,
NFTs?
So probably what happened is maybe there's some transactions on the blockchain that equal $25.
Yeah.
Let's maybe keep reading here because, I could just be saying they're idiots too early here. Buyers of the NFTs, each Zoom. Yeah, it's just idiots. Yeah, no, they're up. They're up. And it's weird because this is the second FUD article I've seen about these Donald Trump NFTs, and I don't understand why. I get it. Maybe you don't like Trump, so you're trying to make a FUD article, but it's false narratives. The other FUD article I saw was volume down 99% as Trump NFT fails.
Yeah.
And yeah, volume's down 99% from mint day because they raised $4.5 million immediately, and then very quickly had a lot more secondary volume. I think $6, $7, $8, $10 million in sales. And so yeah, it's down 99% from mint day. Anybody who's in the NFT space understands that is a metric that is gamed all the time. We just saw it with NFT market is down 99%. And they compared it to the other deeds mint. And they're like, look. And so they compared the day of the hottest mint in NFT history. And they said, we're down 99% from that day. That's like looking at NBC and looking at their 3 p.m. programming and saying they're down 99% from the Super Bowl. This show is failing. It's apples and oranges. It's FUD. I don't get it. I didn't buy any Trump NFTs. I did say, the day they launched, like, there's probably opportunity here. And if you listen to me, you could have walked away with a 5x. You could have walked away with 7x. Right. You still haven't sold. You still walk away with a 2.5x. So I led you to the water. Some people are drinking, and I don't know why they're trying to say the water's dry or the
just
creek
like,
bed's empty.
This is just like what you were saying at the beginning of the show, how you massage certain data to fit certain narratives, and
someone said it's called Democrat. That was funny.
Hey,
that was funny. I voted Democrat my entire life. So I'm not like left.
Hey,
right.
I voted for Obama and Trump. Okay.
Yeah, so that was funny. That was a good one. But yeah, it's just weird that they're lying like that. It just doesn't make any sense. We're gonna have to clean up on aisle 3. DZ spit bubbles all over the desk.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about Ethereum here. All right, validated ETH. ETH hits the 500,000 validator milestone. The number of validators points to increasing confidence, positive sentiment, and conviction in the ETH ecosystem as a whole. Validator must deposit 32 ETH to run a dedicated staking node on the blockchain. Today, stake funds are locked in the network while they accrue rewards from the inflation. Validators are unable to access the funds until after the Shanghai upgrade, expected to happen in March, which will allow withdrawals of staked Ether for the first time. Not all at once. It will be tiered. I don't know how. They're being pretty mysterious about it so far. Yeah. Recently saw its total value stake reach 16 million ETH, over 22 billion, implying that it would be extremely difficult and costly to attack the consensus. No one's attacking ETH like that. Just from game theory standpoint, we don't got to get into it. Basically, just a one sentence explanation. You're not going to spend 23 billion to then make your $23 billion worthless.
Exactly.
So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So it'll just never happen. Just like a Bitcoin miner will never vote to increase the number past 21 million.
Exactly.
Maybe I don't know what the landscape's going to look like in 2140, but today no one would ever do that because it doesn't make sense. GTO standpoint there. All right, so yeah, 32 ETH. I remember that was like my dream in 2018. Just buy 32 ETH. Yeah, I was just DCAing ETH and other random Coinbase coins, and I wasn't really into crypto like that. And then I really got into it. Kind of talked about on the basement when I first started interacting with the wallet. And once I put ETH from Coinbase onto this newfangled thing I downloaded called MetaMask, and I interacted with this website. And I bought some NFTs, And that quickly led to me interacting with DeFi, and I'm staking and I'm earning yield and I'm reinvesting my yield. And yeah, so that's what really got me into crypto. And then by then ETH was like, 32 of them. I know. Yeah. But you know, hey, who knows? You know, I'll try to YOLO trade there my way, you know, one bonk token at a time.
Can't get lucky if you ain't at the fair, DZ. You know what I'm saying?
Luck is earned. I don't believe in luck.
You gotta show up. You gotta walk to the fair. You gotta be there. You gotta wait for the time.
Yeah. Luck. That's a whole nother conversation. Luck isn't real. Luck isn't real. You can make your own luck. You know, maybe next time in the basement, you're watching it, ask me how you make your own luck. I'll explain it step-by-step basis, how luck is not a real concept, nor is fair. Right. But, you know, just good mental models. All right. Crypto traders are already placing bets on ETH's hard fork here. Last year turned to a focus of frenzy speculation in the markets. Now they're starting to handicap various market scenarios ahead of the next big milestone. It's already trading 12% up, and several tokens, including Lido DAO, jumping 50% in the past 7 days and 92% in the past 30 days. CoinDesk spoke with some random traders and analysts and compiled their key thoughts here. Let's see. Lucas saying that ETH withdrawals will be processed through a queue with a maximum of approximately 43,000 staked ETH allowed to exit per day. Based on this, it would take over a year for the almost 16 million stake to be withdrawn, preventing any kind of mass withdrawals and mitigating any kind of selling pressure. The fact that people staking may now be able to withdraw, even if they have to form part of a queue, could in turn cause more people to follow. Just quick back of the napkin math. That means of all the staked ETH that you have right now, roughly you're looking at 1/3 of 1% being dropped every day. So 0.3% is going to be dropped. That's not that bad when you look at token releases. If you kind of know about smaller coins, it's going to be interesting to see this dynamic in a multi tens of $1 billion market cap. What will this 0.3% daily emission do? I'd have to look at the math of what's the point daily inflation rate, and then, you know, maybe look at the difference there. Then you can maybe form a basis of price ranges. Let me warn you folks, though. There's something you need to think about. Do you remember what happened last time ETH had a major upgrade?
It went off
record number of daily green candles. Do you remember that?
Right.
Oh my God, we're at the record. One day away. It's going to turn red. We hit the record. Definitely tomorrow's red. We broke the record. Definitely tomorrow's red. Oh my God, we're smashing the record. Definitely tomorrow's red. Day after day after day after day after day after day, it turned green. Now, what does that mean for the next time? I don't expect it to exceed those days. In fact, I expect it to be much shorter. And so I expect people to look at the price action of the previous upgrade and then say, I'm going to get out before the music stops playing. And then everybody at the party is also thinking the same thought, except for Retail Jimmy. He's like still dancing, wondering like where everybody went all of a sudden. He turns around and the room's empty. And he's like, why is my Bitcoin worth $16,000? You know, except for that guy, I think a lot of people are going to be looking at the previous price action, maybe exiting earlier. Just my 2 cents. All right. So be careful in any kind of mimicry of the previous upgrade there. All right, let's talk a little Polygon here. Polygon plans January 17th hard fork to reduce gas fees. It's now going to go from 2 cents to 1 cent. I don't know. It is pretty cheap, though. It's designed to reduce these gas spikes by changing the base fee change denominator to 16 from 8, dropping base gas fees to 6.25% from 12.5%. Looks like it's going to get cut in half. So it seems like a good thing. Will not affect how users interact with it. Node app operators have to upgrade before the 17th. I'm glad I see this because I knew that even at 5 cents, even at 2 cents, even at 3 cents, that might be too expensive for a Starbucks customer loyalty program. And if we can get into fractions of a penny, then we're kind of talking, then you're kind of just looking at like the cost of electricity. And so if we get that lower, there's going to be more adoption for these type of things where you need each transaction to be a fraction of a penny. 3 cents and your entire business model collapses. You know, if you ever looked into like how Visa and MasterCard operate, these things really start to add up on the small microtransaction levels. And so it makes me more bullish for Polygon, and it makes me want to double down on what I was saying earlier on the basement when people brought up VeChain. In this weird scenario, I can almost see, you know, if there were to be a logistics solution blockchain, I almost think a competing L2 or L1 is better poised to beat a VeChain. As crazy as it sounds, and I'm not trying to FUD VeChain. I'm sure VeChain is going to have great price action. Loves those price targets, like, 25 cents. It loves that 25-cent range. I don't know where it's at now. I could definitely see it hitting 25. But I could see a Polygon just being better able to, I go to the, Walmart kids toy section. I pull some random Fortnite figure. On the back of the Fortnite, there's a QR code and it says, download for your free NFT. I don't see VeChain. I don't see a VeChain on a phone. But what I do see is Polygon app. And to me, it just seems a little bit more likely that Polygon might be that legit. Because, I want to see where the toy came from and, where every part was sourced and, blah, blah, blah. It's just my 2 cents there. And again, I'm not trying to FUD VeChain. I just see Polygon. I'm just becoming more and more bullish. It was my last DCA. Is VeChain really 2 cents? Is it? Oh my God. I remember thinking 5 cents was a steal. Oh, that is scary here. We can go to the chart, or we can go to the screen here. I pulled it up. Oh my God. All right, so 25 cents. And now I said it loves 25 cents. Let's kind of look at what I'm talking about here. It's basically a point of past all-time high. So when I say 25 cents, that was kind of like, hey, Bitcoin isn't a scam, November pump. 25 cents was what a lot of people are saying, don't it really expect it to go past 25 cents? Also looks like it loves 15 cents. Something about VeChain, it loves round numbers. The 5 cent range always has a lot of volume profile, and the 25 cent range, of course, all-time high. Can it 12.5x, aka hit 25 cents again? I think it certainly can. Will it be the end-all, be-all winner of logistics? I find that much less likely. And again, doesn't mean that it won't have good price action. I'm not trying to freak you out here if you have a big bag of vet. Say you're muted.
These things are going to be, there's not going to be just one winner, man. Like VeChain has a potential to be utilized by, Hong Kong for their logistics need, and US could go with Polygon just because it's more cooked into our infrastructure. There's not going to be just one that does it. Polygon's grabbed a ton of the market last year, so they're going to be doing stuff.
All right. And if you are an engineer for hire, this is a great name. Audio Frequency. I love it. All right, let's talk about Ripple. Who has Ripple in the chat? Hit that like button. Hit that like button if you ever bought it. It was my first coin. I've been open about it. I opened Coinbase to buy some cheap Bitcoin, cheap at the time. That's how cheap Ripple was. I'm like, yeah. Clearly, that's where the pump is. All right, Ripple X announces recipients of $2.6 million XRPL grant. Here are the details. Let's see, as stated, 25 projects, and they're representing the themes of sustainability and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Makes me bearish. As well as general technical projects received $2.5 million in the Wave 4 financing from these grants. Let's see, we have e-commerce sectors such as wallets, payment systems, event ticketing, Shopify-related apps, pet ownership that uses NFTs for identification. Love it. ID verification, fraud protection, health, wellness projects involving athletic performance data and NFTs, and others are among the additionally funded projects in the Wave 4 range. If I didn't know better, I would say that that XRP community just won't give up and just continuously builds. They just, quit isn't in their name. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the court case a little here. Lawyers predict no settlement until after the decision by the judge. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to settle. This ain't settling. This is going all the way. They're not going to settle. I mean, they're fighting to the end, is my opinion here. Do you think the same?
Pretty much. Like this is a big decision, and it's probably, like, I'm hoping for 24 that it ends, but man, I mean, this could go on all the way into 2025 with the decisions on what's a security, what's a commodity within digital assets. That's a huge choice to make. So take some, measure twice, cut once, right?
Getting back into vet. Hey, under 2 cents. Pfft, I mean, it seems like pretty good upside to me. You know? I mean, it definitely. I'm gonna say guaranteed to hit 5 cents again, right? I mean, obviously, I don't know, I'm guaranteeing it. I'm putting my entire reputation on it. It will hit 5 cents at least. So, I mean, you're looking at a 2.5x. People kill for those type of returns in normal markets,
right?
So don't get mad. That's our problem with crypto. I say, I'm generalizing here, but myself included. I shared that I bought bunk early. I shared that I was selling. I sold well. I pretty much sold the top. I was telling you to sell. If you listen to me, you probably did okay. But I sold enough and I was in profit. I had gained Solana. I know how much Solana I put in and I pulled out. I'm in surplus Solana. You know what I did with the rest of that bonk? I wrote it down 70%. Why? Because I became complacent because I was already in profit. I kind of quit looking at the chart. I kind of quit looking at the TA. And you don't want to get complacent in these markets. And VeChain is one I've been complacent on. And so I'm going to look at VeChain because that does seem like a pretty attractive price target.
Yeah.
Again, that being said, though, I just don't see it, being the Google of logistics 7 years from now. 100K Bitcoin tonight or what? Next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
One more. Let's see. What do we have for the quick hits? PayPal, Zoom. That's another partner with Visa. All right, that's pretty good. Let's see. We have Bitcoin SV plunges against BTC after delisting. Guys, we've been telling you to trade all your BCH and BSV into BTC. We've been telling you that for years, so nothing surprising here. But, it's great to look at the BTC BSV chart and the BTC BCH chart, and then you could trade those. But don't look at I'm saying B too much. Don't look at the BSV BCH USD charts because those will lead you to the slaughterhouse. But you can definitely trade off the Satoshis a little bit more successfully there. Nexo seeing 158 million in withdrawals after the raid in Bulgaria. Man, what is up with all these countries ending in IA? They will come after you. And 800 victims of massive BitConnect fraud. Hey, they're going to receive $17 million. So, but thousands more were impacted by the $2.4 billion fraudulent scheme. Ouch. Yeah, I still have my half a link. People have asked me in the basement and here, how come I don't talk about Link anymore? Link's been flat. Link's been flat. If I would have been telling you to buy it 3 months ago, you've missed a lot of the pumps. And so I've been trying to share where I think there's going to be opportunities for you to make some life-changing money. That's what I want to do for myself. That's what I want you to do. And so I don't want to lead you to a coin that's just going to be flat for 4 months. That being said, I still love Chainlink. I'll probably buy another. I was going to joke and say, I'll buy another 2. I'll probably buy another 10 some Friday in the near future because once the staking goes live, I want a fat bag. I know during staking, price will probably go down. And I'm probably better off selling every link I have at the beginning of staking, saving it in a USDC or USDT, and then after staking's over, putting it all back into Link. And you know what? Statistically, or history's any indication, I'll probably have more Chainlink that way.
Yeah.
But me, I get anxiety selling my forever holds. And so to me, I don't try to chase the price action pumps or no, I have 10 of this coin and I'm a day trade my way and sell the top and buy a bottom. Then I turn my 10 into 12. It's too much stress. It's too much worry. You might end up, turning your 10 into 8 and then you feel like a bozo. I don't want to feel like a bozo. So I'm probably just going to stake my Link like a boring idiot. It'll probably go down. But in the long run, I think I'll be happy that I bought more Chainlink. And that's my thesis statement for the day. That's all we got for the day. BitSquad, you're wonderful. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're hitting, sub if you're not. And I'll see you at 5 p.m. on ATB Daily.